tryna be like nobody else. No, I ain't tryna be like nobody else. No, I ain't tryna be like nobody else. Cause I'm having too much fun tryna be myself. No, I'm not the type of chick that like to follow trends. I got a small circle, no, don't need a lot of friends. You know I gotta get this money cause I like to spend. I see you haters watching, so I just give you a grin.
How you guys doing? It's your girl Lime Dime, and I'm here with another episode of Just Here to Vent. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and please hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I post new content. We trying to build the community up. Let's help me help you. I see y'all watching the videos, so go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and the like button, okay? These are all free things you can do to show some support. Now, what I'm going to be talking about today is something very personal to me. This is for anybody. I'm making this video for anybody that has issues with like their parents, which most kids do after they grow up. You could have done everything for your child the right way. They will still find a problem or issue with you. That's just life. That's just something that we're going to have to deal with. Now, I had spoke with my dad, I want to say the top of this week on Monday, and it was like a 3-hour conversation of me feeling like I was talking to a brick wall. I wasn't getting anywhere in the conversation. I felt like if you're talking to somebody that is never going to own up to anything that they do, it is almost like talking to yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like I posed the question of, because he says we have a great relationship, which is appalling and shocking to me, and I was a little baffled by that because here I am feeling like our relationship is strained. So how can I feel like our relationship is strained, but you feel like we have a great relationship? You don't even know how old I am. You're telling everybody that I'm 30 when I'm 31. And yes, that's a year difference, but that's a big difference to me because you should at least know how old I am. Now I'm wondering, do you even know when the fuck my birthday is? Now I gotta start posing these types of questions. What I'm so infuriated and why I got so frustrated speaking with him is because when I asked him to tell me, what he has done in my life for me that has had an effect, or positive rather, effect on my life, this man could name 3 things. And I'm 31 years old. He said, he taught me how to ride a bike. He helped me with my mathematics, which isn't even true about the mathematics part. And then that he complimented me on like this artwork bird that I did when I was all the way in high school. And like I said, I got out of high school in 2009. So that's over 10 years ago. So I'm 31 years old, and if I'm asking you what you've done for me in my life, and you only can come up with 3 things, and teaching me how to ride a bike is not something you should get credit for. You're my dad. You're supposed to make sure that I know how to ride a bike. And let's be clear, you didn't do that until I was 10 years old, so I was already a late bloomer when it came to that. So I'm just so confused. I'm realizing that a lot of people have selective memory, and a lot of people are just not. They're acting, they see things through blinders. Like they're looking through rose-colored glasses. They remember what they want to remember, or they're literally just remembering lies. Maybe he had a dream that he did something for me or something. Because in real time, in real world life, you have not done anything for me significant enough for me to say, you know what, you were a great father. You don't know anything about any of your kids. Nothing. You get upset when people bring up your negative things that you've done, but all you do is talk about your kids in a negative way. You always saying we used to sneak out, we used to try to run away. Why were we sneaking out? And why were we running away? Because everything is for a reason. We were sneaking out because y'all wouldn't let us go outside and you guys would lock us in the house like we were prisoners. We were trying to run away because as we got older, we started to realize that we were living in something of a cult. That's why we were trying to get away. We were escapees. Like this is being lost upon you, and how you're acting like you don't remember any of this is troubling, to say the least. It's very infuriating. It's frustrating, and it's like even when he tried to apologize, it was like, okay, Lemonade, I'm sorry, okay, all right. But it's like now you're trying to placate me. Like, don't do that shit to me. I'm not no clown. I'm not no child. I'm very understanding of a lot of things. Nothing about me is stupid. Nothing about me is slow. Like I tell people all the time, if you think that you're getting over on me, trust me, you never are. I'm always assessing and seeing the entire situation for what it is. I'm just allowing you to do what it is because maybe I just want to for my own personal reasons. But never ever think that I don't know, see the whole picture, or I'm not getting the full spectrum of a situation, because that would be that would be lost upon you. That would be like your situation, your issue. And it just was, he really wasn't holding himself accountable for anything. He thinks that he was a great father. How can you possibly think that when you don't have a current relationship with any of your children? So it's all of us? All of us have the problem? I think not. I think it's time for a lot of people to sit back and think about what it is that they're doing. Now, I'm applying this to my own self and my own life as well. It can't always be the other person. What did you do in that situation? Could you have prevented some things? That's the questions that I'm trying to get the answers to. And every time he asks me why he thinks that we have a bad relationship, every single time I tried to tell him, he kept cutting me off. So I'm like, okay, do you want me to answer the question or not? Like, you can't, some people really cannot deal with reality. I have had that problem in my own life for a really, really long time. But then I had to sit back and take the time out to realize that a lot of the things were self-inflicted that I've done in my life. A lot of the things of where I wanted to be or where I want to be currently are things that I'm not doing. It's not anybody else. So we have to all sit down and make that self-evaluation, because that's what we need sometimes. That reality check is hard. It's a hard thing, but you have to come to grips with that shit, because at the end of the fucking day, you're responsible for yourself. Nobody else got to do shit for you. Nobody else is obligated to do anything for you. And that's to include people in your family. There are no obligations on either side. You to people or people to you. There's no obligation. Anything that anybody does for you or you do for somebody else is because you doing it from your heart or because you want to do it. Or sometimes you are having an ulterior motive and you're doing something because you're hoping for something else in return. That's neither here nor there. All I want to say is it's time for us to face reality. We need to come to grips with things that we've done in our own personal lives. Stop trying to blame other people for your bullshit. And you can fuck with me. Like, I can fuck with anybody that is honest. As soon as you start trying to lie or act like you have selective memory, now I'm going to have to stop fucking with you. You can't be my friend if you can't accept honesty, because I'm not going to do nothing but tell you the truth. A lot of people tend to think that I'm a mean person. And you know what? Maybe I need to come to grips with that. Maybe I am a mean person. But I'm not mean in the sense that I don't care about you. I care about you so much that I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I'm not going to have you thinking that something is one way that it's not. I'm sorry. I'm not that type of friend. I feel like if you want a true friend, you should fuck with me, because I'm not going to lie to you about nothing. I even had a friend of mine that I used to talk to that was saying, like, Dad, can you lie to me sometimes? Bitch, why do you want me to lie to you? You sound crazy now. Talking to my dad, I've realized that he has brought this generational turmoil and trauma down to all of his children. And he doesn't think that he's done anything wrong. Talking to somebody like that will be really frustrating, you know, and I think it's time for us all to sit down and have conversations with people, real ones, and really get to the bottom and the root of why our relationship or your relationship is the way that it is. That I just be wanting answers. That's all I want. I'm about to post another video as soon as I'm done with this one to discuss some other things, you know, the things that's going on with PNB Rock and the genocide that's going on in our world, and, you know, the recessional times that we're living in right now, and the reasons why a lot of people are robbing, stealing, killing, you know, willing to sell their own kids for something. You know, we are living in real evil times, and people are trying to wear blinders and ignore that. And I'm sorry, I'm not one of those people. I can't ignore it. Please leave a comment, share if you give a damn, hit that like button and notification bell, the subscribe button. I'm going to see you guys all in the next video.